Hello and welcomes everyone. This is AnthWolf doing a Let's Talk video for November 2015. If you're unfamiliar with my Let's Talk videos, it's basically where I'm going to sit down for 5-10 minutes or so and basically ramble about what I've been doing this past month and what I'm going to be doing in the near future. If you're happy and wish to actually sit down and listen to that, feel free to stick around. And if not, feel free to continue going back to whatever else you were doing with your day. So of course I'm recording on the 9th of November, which I said I was going to do a recording around about either just prior to Fallout 4 or just after release of Fallout 4, and obviously we'll be going into that during this video. But yeah, obviously the background video is me playing a little bit more of MechWarrior Online with my catch name Alberio, and piloting my Timberwolf, my TBR-S, my TBR-Prime Timberwolf with 4, I think it was ER large lasers and 2 sets of SRM6s, which I really shouldn't tell you, but feel free to watch that, enjoy. I love MechWarrior. I can't record enough of that for my channel basically. I should record more. Anyhow, let's get into what I want to talk about. Yeah, obviously the past month, if you've been watching my channel, if you've been following what I've been releasing publicly, you'll notice I'm still recording a fair bit of Star Wars The Old Republic. I've recently just finished the end of Chapter 9 of the most recent expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire, as my bounty hunter, Valakar of course. And now we all have to wait until, I think, January 2016 for the next chapter, Chapter 10 of that expansion, and from there I think each month they're releasing one extra chapter. And obviously I talk about the chapters as I'm playing the game. They seem rather short. Obviously at the end of Chapter 9 there is some side missions you can do, which is what I'm kind of doing in my free time. But at the same time, obviously I'm still releasing my Smuggler's playthrough. That's maybe just starting to go into Chapter 2 of that storyline now. And I've just started releasing my Imperial Agent storyline playthrough. I have officially finished that to the end of Chapter 3, which is the main storyline for the core part of the game. And I'm hoping to go into all the expansions with my Imperial Agent as well. In addition, I've started recording another playthrough. I blame you, girly gamer, for that. I can't get enough of playing Star Wars The Old Republic right now. I won't tell you what class I'm playing as, might as well leave that as a little bit of a surprise, but there's only, what, 3-4 classes I haven't properly recorded now. 3 if you include my Chapter 1 playthrough as a Jedi Knight, I suppose. So you can make it probably a good guess, and you probably, well, with 3 guesses you couldn't really get it wrong, could you? But yeah, I've started recording that. I've paused for a little while there, but obviously by the time I've finished recording finished releasing my Smuggler and Imperial Agent playthrough, I should be able to pick up that series as well. We'll wait and see. Obviously I hope you're all enjoying Star Wars The Old Republic. I personally can't get enough of it at the moment. I love especially the BioWare storytelling, and this most recent expansion is pretty damn good. I love the storyline to it. Not a great fan so much of the length of each chapter, but compared to some of the parts of Shadow of Revan, the expansion that came out in December 2014, I'm quite happy, to be honest with you. Mainly, I mentioned that during my Valakar playthrough, but the side missions, the optional quests you get, I think were a bit rushed, and that's obviously my personal thoughts and opinions on the game. But anyhow, let's put Star Wars The Old Republic to bed for this video. I've started recording, well, I have recorded some Civilization 5 for my channel. You've probably seen that already released. Playing as Ramesses II and Pocatello, the Shoshone, yes, that's right. I obviously released them over the past 2 weekends and enjoyed myself thoroughly while doing them, especially since I was playing them on King difficulty. I have tried to record a couple of more playthroughs since then, and they just haven't felt right. or I've been playing very badly. I've been trying a religious-orientated civilization, both Theodora and Boudica, and within 2 or 3 videos, it hasn't flowed right, I suppose you can say. So I decided just to scrap the videos, unfortunately. But I do want to continue recording that for my channel, as well as more Europa Universalis 4. But with the newest expansion announced, I think it's called the Cossacks, which I haven't really looked into too much, but I know about it. When the new expansion comes out, I'll probably look at picking up a new series of that and seeing where it goes. So yes, obviously we'll keep an eye on that and see what the devs, Paradox Interactive, have to say about what it's actually changing. And hopefully, in the near future, in maybe a year's time, maybe we'll get a Europa Universalis 5. I'm looking forward, speaking of Paradox, I'm looking forward to Stellaris, I think it's called, the sci-fi themed grand strategy game that's coming out next year. I think first quarter, second quarter next year. It hasn't got an official date of release just yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to that game, and I will probably pick that up quite early on in its release. It tends to be with these strategy games though, normally the first release of the game, the core game itself, tends to maybe be missing parts. There's always something that you want or wish was in the game, and more depth is always added with the expansion. So maybe Stellaris may not be great on launch. It may be something similar to Civilization Beyond Earth. I've still got that game. I've got it since its release last year, and I'm hoping Rising Tides adds a lot more to that game, because it was really hard for me to get into. But I'm getting off track once again. I've taken a few days off up until Fallout 4, which is really the meat of this conversation, and it may not, well, meat of this video. I've finally been watching a couple of Fallout reviews. I noticed there was an embargo on the review embargo, and I don't know what's up with that. I'm not sure if that's going to be I don't know if that's a common thing. There's an embargo where you're not allowed to talk about, there's a review embargo. That sounds really strange. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. That's the first time I've heard of it in a AAA title. But maybe that's common. I just hadn't heard of it before. I'm not one who does game reviews, so that's not something I do my channel about. I've been tempted to do it once or twice, but I probably wouldn't be very good at it. Much like I'm not very good at anything on my channel. I just trundle along in my mediocre way and hopefully enjoy myself while doing it, and therefore making it entertaining to any of my viewers. But no, I've been watching a few of the Fallout 4 reviews, and the game, from what they say at least, isn't as terrible as we all may have feared it would be. There was a lot of hype about the game, and obviously with the build up to hype, people can have over expectation of what it's going to bring. Obviously there has been a lot of things leaked over the past few days. Some people have leaked the intro, some people have leaked the ending. I have kept myself as far away from it as possible, because I don't want to spoil the storyline for myself, and it would impact when I'm playing the game if I was mindful of what's going to happen. I have heard things today which I didn't really want to know, but obviously when you're watching a review, as much as they try not to spoil the storyline for you, you can interpret a few things, which I have done, and we'll see. One thing I'm glad about is what it sounds like is the settlement system, because you can actually build your own settlement in this game. It may not be a core thing, you may not need to do it, it's more maybe a place to store things, because I was slightly worried that if I was doing a playthrough, a lot of the game might be me running around collecting raw materials to build a settlement, and that may not be fun to watch for viewers. But since it's not an essential part of the storyline, or it sounds like it's not an essential part of the storyline at least, it's not something I may need to indulge in and put a lot of hours in for the viewers, unless they want to see that, of course. But I'd rather try to stick to maybe a story-centric playthrough, at least the first time. Apparently there's a lot of things you can do in Fallout 4, like I think they made the same sort of deal in Skyrim. If you see something in the distance, you can go there apparently. Obviously I have heard things about the game world that you're in is meant to be quite small. I don't know the truth of that. Obviously it's something we'll discover together if you're not playing the game yourself, and I imagine there's going to be a lot of Fallout 4 playthroughs coming out over the next few days and on its release, which is I think in 5 hours, maybe less, maybe more, depending. I think it's getting released on midnight, but I'm not sure if that's midnight in every time zone, or if it comes out at midnight in one time zone and then everyone gets it their equivalent to like +6 hours or whatever it is. You know what I mean. But I'm at work tomorrow anyway, so I've got 3 days off afterwards though, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when I'm going to be sinking my teeth into the game, and I will probably be recording from then. Hopefully things go well, and I may start releasing videos of that, maybe 1-2 a day, since I'm still releasing Star Wars The Old Republic, of course. I'll probably be releasing 1 or 2 videos of that a day, starting from probably Monday next week. I don't know where I'll put it in a time slot. I may release that first thing in the morning. I'll figure something out. But yeah, so you may not see any Fallout 4 this week, depending on how the recordings go. Unless it goes really well, and then I might start releasing over the weekend, but there's no promises. We will work it out together. I have been looking at how to create my character. I was kind of expecting it to be very similar to Fallout 3, but learning more about the special traits and how the perks work makes me think that that's not going to work out how I want it, and I may have to change my change how I'm going to build my character, and I may have to make like an archetype to how I like to play my games, because you know, if I can play stealthily, I normally like to do that in my kind of stealth action games. So yeah, we'll see. I'll figure something out over the next 24 hours before I can actually get into the game myself, and we'll go from there. At the same time, obviously we'll get rid of Fallout 4 at the moment, put that to one side. Obviously I'll talk more about that when the game is released. I have been wanting to play Deus Ex once again. Obviously I've recorded previously for my channel, but there's been a recent mod I released, a community mod from Caustic Creative Games, I think they're called, and it's called Deus Ex Revision, which has some like HD texture updates to the game environment and some of the game mechanics as well. And I was tempted to obviously return to Deus Ex, since with this community mod it may give it a slightly fresher look. Also it goes all the way up to, I'm not sure if it goes up to 4K resolution, and I couldn't even handle that anyway. I've only got a 1080p monitor, but it does obviously provide 1080p resolution, which I couldn't experience when I was recording Deus Ex for the first time. So that's definitely something I'm going to look into. I was tempted to do a low-tech only series, and to be honest I tried to record maybe the first 2 videos because I was playing low-tech, like a low-tech conduct, which is basically mostly melee weapons with throwing knives thrown in. And I was playing on realistic difficulty, and I got my ass handed to me so many times by the NSF just on Liberty Island. I didn't even get off Liberty Island and I realised I may need to change my game plan slightly. So yeah, I may still do a low-tech playthrough, but it could be very slow, extremely slow, because the amount of stealth I will need to do, and cross my fingers that I don't get caught and die horribly, until you get to maybe halfway through the game and start making your character faster and tougher, improving his survivability. JC Denton's pretty weak at the beginning. Apart from that, what else can I say? It's quite a small video. Well, smallish in content at least. I'm quite happy to announce that BattleTech the turn-based mech strategy game that I mentioned in a brief Let's Talk video about 2 weeks ago, has actually passed its Kickstarter. I'm really happy for that. Obviously, Harebrained Schemes is developing and publishing it. The people who brought you Shadowrun Returns and Shadowrun Hong Kong and Dragonfall? I think it's Dragonfall? I know it's Dragon something. Dragonfall sounds right. I haven't really played them myself, even though I've got them on Steam, and I should really consider doing a playthrough of them at some point in the future. Add it to the long list of games I really should play. But no, obviously, you can see from this gameplay, I love the Battletech universe, and I'm hoping they do it justice. Obviously, I'm not impartial because I obviously have kickstarted the game, and I mentioned that in that video as well, that obviously I'm supporting it because I would like to see it done justice, and I'm hoping they can do it and not turn out to be like MechWarrior Tactics, which I saw but never played, and I was a little bit disappointed about it, even though it's a similar concept that they're providing. But yeah, obviously that's expected to come to us June 2016, hopefully, if things go well. So we'll just have to wait and see, and obviously we'll keep you, well, I may keep you up to date with any major notices on that, but really, if it comes out, obviously I think I have access to the beta. I'm not sure if they're going to be making us do an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, for any of the beta content. It's something I'll have to maybe ask them. Maybe it'll come up in a like a live stream or something if we can actually release any of the content from the beta. But when I get the opportunity to play that game, I will hopefully share it with you all, and obviously we can judge for ourselves whether or not they've made it successful. And apart from that, that's really about it. Obviously I'm still recording more MechWarrior Online. I need to really purchase a couple of more mechs. There's such a large pool of mechs which I don't have, that I really want to pick up and play around with. The King Crab especially, it's an assault mech, 100-ton mech like the Atlas, that I really love to play. It has such an interesting design that I'd heard about, or well, read about in novels, but never actually seen it up until I played MechWarrior Online and saw it in actuality. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Obviously, feel free to comment, let me know what you think of the channel so far. I keep leaving it till the end, and I apologise. I keep forgetting to welcome my new subscribers. I think I've hit 127 of yourselves right now, and I hope what I'm doing you are enjoying, basically. As say, there's any games you would like to see me play, I can never promise that I'll actually play them, because with my schedule and my personal interests, what games I like to play, but you never know. In the future, maybe it's a game I've already got my my list of games I would like to play. As I just recently, speaking of MechWarrior again, I repurchased a copy of Mech Commander, and I really wanted to do a playthrough of that, but my version of my 64-bit version of Windows won't allow me to do it. But yeah, I'll end this video here. I just realised that this match is coming to a close. I didn't think I'd be talking for this long. But no, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all may enjoy Fallout 4 if you're going to be playing it for yourselves. And obviously I will see you going further into 2015 up until Christmas and the New Year. So, yeah. This of course has been AnthWolf. And until, well, the next video. Bye bye now.